Robinson, and I live on 1906 Pacific Street, which is right around the corner. This is for the health department, maybe sanitation, I'm not quite sure. Issues with the garbage and rats. It's huge. They are having a field day. I'm not sure if sanitation is looking into maybe coming out more often, like how, or, any what I have there, or anything that could be about helping us address.
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay. So did everyone hear the question? So it's like, addressing the rats. I find there's more garbage outside now, it's left out longer, so I know on my block it picks up 2 days, but I'm not sure if, I walk further down, Pacific and Rochester, and there's just the garbage is just piling up, people are just dumping, and then you're seeing, I think 2 years ago they were like this, the other day they're like this, and I'm like walking and I'm screaming, right? So I'm not sure sanitation has thought about how to help address that issue with those monsters right now.
So, a couple of things that you covered. Rats in general, rat mitigation, that's not Department of Sanitation, that's Department of Health. But of course, I understand that, the garbage factor contributes to that. One of the main things that we always ask for residents, if they can containerize their garbage, that would be wonderful. It is legal for people to use opaque black, plastic bags for the corner as a receptacle. That is fine, although it's not ideal, obviously, if there are, rodents and things that can get into it. So of course it's helpful when people can have cans, when they, make sure that they're putting out their garbage after 4 p.m., not any earlier. Sometimes, that is an enforceable infraction when people don't put it out, when they put it out too early and they have it sitting there for a longer amount of time. But we are absolutely cognizant of the issue. We are actively trying to figure out ways to, service the material as quickly as possible. But of course, one of the other things that you mentioned, illegal dumping. That has absolutely been something that we have actively advocated against. I am not sure why it has increased as dramatically as it has, but of course, people can help by putting their garbage where it's supposed to go and not just leaving it everywhere. And we need, community engagement with that and help, to kind of, I guess, hold people accountable for. Obviously, we are holding them accountable in terms of, impounding vehicles and issuing summonses and things of that nature. But, if everyone is doing it, then it's not possible to be everywhere at one time, right? So, we are definitely doing our best. But if you have any specific incidents, specific locations, if you know any, vehicles that are consistently doing this, definitely let us know. Absolutely, we will send our enforcement, we will send our stand police, we will monitor the area. If collection is delayed for some reason, or you're noticing that that's a problem, also let us know. Reach out to the council member's office. Arlene and I talk very often, so, we absolutely can help you with that.
Do you know what's the turnaround time from the time someone calls 311 to put in a complaint? I'm not talking about the next day or is it a week, 2, 3 weeks? Like, do you know?
So in general, I know at least for our agency, I can't speak, for everyone, but we try to have a resolution within 2 weeks.
Okay.
So, that's, in general, we try to make sure that whatever the issue is, we try to resolve it as quickly as we can.
Okay. One more question. Nitra.
Can I interrupt you for a second? Does Department of Health want to answer
Yeah,
in terms of rat mitigation?
So it seems like the whole of Brooklyn is complaining about rats, the whole of New York City. And just to piggyback off of sanitation, it's very important how you store your garbage, right? If you're bringing out your garbage before sanitation is going to come around, of course the rats are going to have a field day. And oftentimes people contact the Department of Health so we can come out and bait, right? But there's a process even to that. We just don't come and bait the property. We give the property owner a chance to correct the issue themselves before we would actually come out, because when we bait, it's not free. It's a citation. And then, that turns into an issue where property owners are like, oh, why am I cited? I'm cleaning up my garbage, right? So again, We wanna give you the chance, your neighborhood, your neighbors a chance to clean up the mess before we actually come in and try to bait, and then it turns into something else. Another thing that I wanna say is that we have the Rat Academy available on our website, and I know, Councilmember has, dedicated himself to host one of these trainings to educate the community members. It's open to everyone to attend these trainings so people can learn how to mitigate the rat conditions going around. Because unfortunately, it's New York City, there's a lot of people that live in our community, so the rat issue is not going to get away. But simply said, it's important for us to keep our neighborhood clean so that we can start seeing that decrease of rodents that are running around.
Can I add one more point to what both of these individuals said? At the same time, we're currently in a budget season between the city council and the mayor. Bill de Blasio made cuts to the sanitation budget. Mayor Adams has proposed cuts to the sanitation budget as well, so that definitely takes a toll on the sanitation crisis that we're dealing with in New York City as a whole. Obviously the city council is working on responding with ideas of what they think the budget should look like. Of course, advocating for more taxpayer dollars to go towards rat mitigation, but that is also, in our hands in terms of pushing for more solutions to the sanitation and rat problem. So, I will say our agencies are really doing their best too, but there are some cuts that they've been dealing with both throughout the pandemic and potentially in the future as well.
And also to add, we do know that Bed-Stuy has an issue. It is one of the neighborhoods that we're focusing on in regards to rat mitigation. And from pest control, their division, they're really urging community members to continue to file 301 reports and also include detailed information, because what happens is that if you call 301 and then sometimes you put a cross street and it's not enough information, your case is closed out, so it's never inspected. So again, we really encourage community members to put detailed information. You don't have to report your name, but putting a specific address with a number and a street is very important so that, we'll be able to answer those complaints. And as sanitation mentioned as well, give it at least 2 weeks. I always say when the electeds email me, to give it at least 2 weeks to see if they respond. And of course, if it's a continued issue and no inspector has came out to inspect the situation, then of course I'll forward it over to our pest control team so that they can take a look at it.
Thank you. Nitra. Kingsborough, I live right there and I can walk through Kingsborough many times. And the garbage, the way the garbage is dumped by the staff, it's disgusting. The bags, it's just all over. And many times staff will just walk past and this has been going on for the last, I want to say 2 years. It's gotten really bad this year. That development between 3rd and 4th Walk, I believe, where the garbage is right there on Pacific between Rock, as soon as you turn off Buffalo. And that whole block, the garbage is out there. Half the time, the cab, the door, whatever goes through, the bags of buzz, and the staff nothing happens. Nothing happens. And that's just really disgusting. And it contributes heavily to Mickey and her family finding residence there. So